All right, a loaded house, and we are back on Nigeria Super Fans Forum to give you the best as regarding African football. Once again, my name is Ashalola Femi. Today on the show, so much to talk about in Nigeria, and of course, we'll be traveling to Ghana like we always do on the show, and talk about a few other things on the continent. Kaido Gundari and James Agberebi, they are here on the show. Guys, you're welcome.
Thank you, Femi. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much, Femi. Happy to be on today's episode.
All right, okay, let's get started. Like they say, charity begins at home. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, of course, they will be taking on Sierra Leone next week, Sunday, and the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier. And of course, someone has been talking, no person other than John Kester. He was in the squad in 2001 when Sierra Leone shocked the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and he's saying they can do it again. James, let's get started. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, though by now everyone would expect that the boys will have been in camp. And of course, we already know that they will be camping here in Lagos, not the usual Abuja because of FIFA and CAF condemnation of the Abuja National Stadium. But by now, you expect that they will have resumed camping. But ultimately, John Kester is saying that they did it in 2001, and he believes his boys can do it again.
Well, Femi, one thing about this current Super Eagles team is like like any team now can have a go at them. You remember that Guinea-Bissau defeated them right here in Nigeria before they managed to secure an away win. And for John Kester to say he has what it takes, what the Leone Stars can do it. I mean, they've done it before. They did it against a better Super Eagles side. You know? Yeah, the better Super Eagles side in 2001, and then route 2002 World Cup. You know, fortunately for the Super Eagles, they still managed to qualify for the World Cup. So, I mean, it's I think with what we've been seeing about this current Super Eagles team under Peseiro, I mean, it leaves much to be desired. It's not a team where you have full confidence because, like, anybody can have a go at them, like I said, and like they struggle against very decent side. You know, so I don't know. The most important thing for them is to try and, if it means even making a draw, at least to just round up these qualifiers. But I know it's going to be a very tough encounter. And for Kester to say that he has faced the Super Eagles before, they lost 2-1, but they gave the Super Eagles a good fight. You know, so but I think the edge the Super Eagles might have over them. I don't know whether I should even call him an edge. You know, they'll be playing in Monrovia. That's in Liberia.
Liberia, so yeah.
Yes, they are playing on a neutral venue, but I think that will be more closer to home for Sierra Leone because you know they are similar to Liberia, you know. But I think everything boils down to how the Super Eagles approach the game, you know. But like I said, it's going to be a very tough encounter, you know. So because Sierra Leone will do everything possible. Remember that these are the same Sierra Leone side that came from 4 goals down to draw against the Super Eagles.
Nigeria, yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of things that happen between Nigeria and Sierra Leone, and I think he believed that he has the players, and you cannot doubt him. But everything now lies with Super Eagles if they're going to, you know, how they're going to react to this. Because like any team now, once you are well organized, you are well set up. I think they seem to struggle, you know. So. Okay. Let's just hope that they do the needful and secure the qualification before their final game against Sao Tome and Principe.
Okay, Kyle, you've always maintained that there are minors in football. Would you say Sierra Leone are minors compared to where the Super Eagles stand with the current standing now of the Super Eagles, where you do not even know, like James always say, the Super Eagles, they are like a biscuit, and you do not even know where they're going to crack. But would you say Sierra Leone are minors compared to where the Super Eagles stand?
Femi, I still maintain that there are minors in football, regardless of the shock results that we get once in a while. That is what makes the sport what it is today, because any team can get a result anywhere, anytime. That does not erase the fact that some teams are bigger and better than some teams. But like James said, the Super Eagles that we have now is like a biscuit. When you throw it on the ground, you don't know where it's going to break. You don't know what Super Eagles is going to turn up for each game. So that's why it is a very difficult task for analysts to say for certainty that this is going to happen. And there's a problem when Nigeria will be playing Sierra Leone, and pundits like James will be hoping that we get a draw. Played, then you know that there's a problem somewhere, Femi. I agree. The Sierra Leoneans, they've gotten a result against us before. They've drawn Nigeria from 4-0 to 4-4, but that does not still mean that they are not. We don't have levels to this team. Although this is what many Nigerians do not want to hear, Femi. We do not have a great side now. We are living on past glory. That's why it is difficult to hazard a guess about what the outcome of this game is going to be. Brave pundits will stick their neck out of patriotism and say, "Oh, Nigeria should take this," but you never can say it. No, there are no empirical reasons why you believe that this Nigerian team will beat Sierra Leone, regardless of where the game is played, and that is what makes it very, very interesting. For a lack of better word, it is very, very interesting that you do not know what's going to happen when Nigeria plays Sierra Leone anywhere the game is played, whether it's in Monrovia, Freetown, or Abuja or Lagos. You don't know what's going to happen.
I know that when Europeans see this program, they will be wondering, these are Nigerians. What are they saying? You guys got Victor Osimhen, you've got Alex Iwobi, you've got Moses Simon, you've got Murphy, and you guys are still scared. You've got Wilfred Ndidi. Well, but I'm sure they wouldn't really understand the crux of the matter. Okay, guys, let's move to the Super Six now. The MPFL 2023 Championship playoff taking place at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena here in Lagos. James, you and I were at the stadium on Wednesday, and we saw Bende Insurance versus Rivers United. But Coyote, I'll start with you. 9 games, Coyote. A lot of people have not been impressed with the quality of play, I must say, in this competition. Because 9 games have been played, just 2 wins, 7 draws, Coyote. People are not really impressed.
Let me start by saying I was discussing, I think 2 days ago, with a colleague of ours, George Akpayan, and I asked him that on the basis of the games, that was after every of the participating teams had played 2 games each. After match day 2, I said on the balance of play, having seen each of these teams play at least twice, what do you think are our realistic chances going into Africa next season? I said, beyond the euphoria of, oh, we won the league, which of these teams will come up? How will they measure against Al Ahly, against Zamalek, against young Africans?
Don't even go there.
He said, no, Femi, it is not just a ritual of participation.
We shouldn't go there.
What are our realistic chances of winning? He said, bros, let me not deceive you. You don't have a chance against those teams. You could beat one team, but against
that's the truth.
Now, he said any of these teams will be lucky to get to the group stages of the CAF Champions League. That's indicating, Femi, that we will be lucky to get to this group, and that's the fact. When was the last time we got to the truth? When was the last time we got to the group stages in Nigerian club side, Femi? So for me, that tells you everything you want to know about this competition, this Super Six, the quality of play, everything about it so far. I have not seen that outstanding team so far. I've not seen that outstanding player so far that everybody wants to go to the stadium to pay to watch. Because when you talk about people not coming to the stadium, Femi, you also have to ask yourself, what are they coming to see? It's not just out of patriotism that
Hmm.
people come. In the early 90s, Femi, at least in the early 90s, I can tell you for free that each of the participating 20 teams will have at least 2-3 players that you want to go and see. So when,
Hmm.
for example, 3SC, when 3SC were playing insurance or Rangers or even VIP professionals, who are a smaller team at that time, there was Taribo West of VIP at that time, although they were not called VIP at the time. There was Godwin Okwara, there was Samson Ade, Olakpade, a lot of players like that. Benjamin Fejoku, each of these teams had players that you want to go and play. El Karimi had the goalkeeper at that time, Aliu Muzambilu. You want to go and see that goalkeeper. But now, Femi, if Eyimba were going to play 3SC and you stay in Ibadan, what would be the motivation? Which player do you want to go and see? There are no standout players, no standout team performance. So that's why beyond the euphoria of, we have won the Super Six, we've won the regular season, it goes beyond that, because winning the Super Six is a bridge to another thing. The CAF Champions League, the CAF Confederations Cup. Do we have a team to play at that level and win, or we just want to go participate?
That is going to be another discussion for another day. Okay, yeah, James, let's talk about today is going to be match day 4, and we'll be having Rivers United, Bender Insurance, Lobby Stars, Remo Stars, Sunshine Stars versus Enyimba. James, as it stands on the table right now, if the Super Six ends today, Enyimba will win because they have 5 points after 3 matches, same as Rivers United. Then we have Remo and Bender Insurance on 3 points each. Then we have Lobby and Sunshine on 2 points. James, what do you think we should be expecting today? Very quickly.
Well, shouldn't expect anything special. You know, I've been at the venue.
Come on.
No, I'm telling you, just like what Kayode said, I've not been impressed. It's like all the whole team, they play similar football. Like there's no outstanding team. They just kick and follow. You see this aggressive kind of football, trying to outmuscle your opponent. And I mean, I remember when Enyimba won the Champions League in 2003, 2004. If there's one thing that Enyimba that I will always remember that team for, their style of play, free-flowing, exciting football. I got to know a lot of players then, because then I wasn't really following Nigerian league, but because of Nigeria's history in the Champions League, they never won it. So I followed that, and I got to know a lot of players. Got players like Obi Nawaniri, Vincent Yama, Sheyi Ogunsoya, Muri Ogunbiyi, Ajibade Omolade, Kingsley Elvis, you know, all these guys. It was so exciting. Their brand of football was top notch. But like I told you, I'm not expecting to see anything exciting today. It's still going to be same of the same, and it's going to be like the traditional teams who are going to egg it. So, and the sad part about this Super Six is I've not seen any team defeat any team 2-0. You know, and when you watch the games too, you hardly see chances. They hardly create chances. It's like they just, I don't know, they look similar, all of them, their style of play, you know. So I told you I'm really looking forward to anything exciting. I think they should have made it Super 4 instead of just lumping teams together. Just pick the winner, the second, the runner-up, once they qualify for the Champions League, then the third place team get the ticket for Confederations Cup and let everybody go, because it's still going to be same of the same until we just put our hand down. And I don't know. Let's just hope that maybe something will change. But honestly, personally speaking, I'm not looking forward to anything exciting.
Okay, even if there's going to be a change, it's not going to be overnight. It has to be deliberate and it has to be over time. Guys, let's take a cross to Ghana. And Kayode and James, if you are speaking like this about Nigerian football, I wonder what will be your reaction when you hear this from Tony Yeboah, one of the best players to have come out of Africa. And he's saying that Ghana football is dead. He said he doesn't even follow Ghana football anymore. In an interview with Peace FM. Quickly, I'll quote him verbatim for what he said. He said, I don't know what is going on because I don't follow. He said, everyone knows Ghana football is dead because they didn't listen to the advice we gave them from the beginning. So I think they are currently facing the punishment. If you involve bribes and stuff like that in football, you will destroy the game. And his piece of advice, he said, the only advice I can give them is that they should go back and train the kids for youth football and develop court football. Other than that, it will be difficult to get top players like we used to have back in the day. It will be very difficult. Coyote, I don't. This will be this will come like more like a soccer punch to the likes of Dr. Kotokraku, the GFA president, when stuff like this come out. But what would you say, Kade, about what Tony Yeboah said?
Femi, it is a generational thing. For some of us who are caught in the web, we fall within 2 generations. I can relate with what Yeboah is saying, because I lived in a time where I understood what it was to have a deliberate, intentional approach to development of the game. There was, like you said, there was a cult league in Ghana that produced a steady flow of footballers for the next level, at that level. So it was easy for the under-17 team to get players. It was easy for the under-17 to graduate into the under-20 into the under-23. So it was a seamless operation. In Nigeria, Femi, at the time, I will not deceive you, there was a system in place where at the end of the term, school children in primary school were gathered. They were picked over during the Headmasters Cup and gathered in a place. Some of them were dropped, some were selected to play for children their age from across zones. From there, formidable teams were raised into what was called the academicals at that time, that schools were able to produce. So there were a lot of players who came through the Lagos State Academicals or your State Academicals, a lot of players. So some of these players, they keep playing against each other at every opportunity. So they got to understand, even when they played for different schools. I was in a team that at the end of my second year in high school, we were selected. We played against other players. We became a group. We represented our zone. We became the zonal champions. But even though we were the zonal champions, for me, they did not allow us wholesale to go represent the zone. There were other outstanding players that they picked from each of these other schools that we played to join us in the camp. So it was, you understand, those were the days when the deliberate planning began. Femi, you're not going to believe this.
I never knew you played football to that level, Kayode.
Well, I did. Now you know. Femi, I'm going to say this, it may sound controversial, but you see, the introduction of the underage football by FIFA, with all the best intentions, began the destruction of deliberate intentional planning in Nigeria and Ghana, because everybody now began to struggle to get into the national teams. If you had to lie, cut your age, do whatever, nobody cared about this progression again. Everybody was just like, I have to get, even where established cases of players who were like 10, 15 years older than the age group were put in teams. So that was as good as the intention was from FIFA. It was bastardized in Africa, especially in Ghana and in Nigeria. And I do not have any apologies for this. So I understood where we are coming from, that this was the reason why Nigerian football are in shambles. You know what? Nigeria and Ghana, we are twins from the same mother. What happens in Nigeria almost always happens in Ghana, and vice versa too.
There is no doubt about that. James, he talked about bribery or bribe, and that has been a major problem in African football, not only in Nigeria, not only in Ghana. It happens almost everywhere. But besides that, what do you think has changed for Ghana? And if you ask me, I think Ghana are not doing that badly as much as much as we are doing right here. But let's talk about Ghana. What do you think has changed apart from the bribe that Tony Yeboah mentioned?
They are not really churning out those players that when those players that you know that these guys will hack it at international level.
You completely align with Kayode.
I take you back to the early 90s. I think Kayode will agree with me. Ghana dominated. I think let me say Ghana. because Ghana dominated the junior, in terms of the junior.
Japan 93, that reminds Japan 93, Nigeria, Ghana in the final.
Yeah, 1991, Ghana won the under-17 World Cup. 93, they got to the final, they lost to Nigeria. 95, they won it against Brazil. 97, they lost to Brazil. In under-20, they got to the final in 1993. In 1992, Barcelona Olympics, they became the first African country to win a medal at the Olympics football event. So, and they had the opportunity of turning out players, like of Daniel Adu, Emmanuel Dua. We had Jose Kufo. So Kufo now went on to become one of the best players for Bayern Munich. Spent over 10 years there. So it's like a lot of things have happened. Fine, Ghana qualified for the World Cup. We want to celebrate about, but that was just. I think that was just like preparing over the cracks. A lot of problems.
So you, sorry to cut you. You said Nigeria and Ghana were almost battling the same demon right now.
Yes, exactly.
In terms of football development.
Exactly. That's just the problem. Fine, you might qualify for the World Cup, but it doesn't take away the fact that there's a serious problem. A lot of attention needs to be addressed. So if I watched Yeboah play, you go to those days when you see the likes of Yeboah play for Leeds. He scored one of the best ever goal in Premier League history. You had likes of like I said, they'll say Kufo in Bayern Munich. You have Abedi Pele in Marseille. You have all these top guys, and Neo Datelamte. They came out. There was a proper program for all these players to be on to get to that level. But all those things, I think they've kind of sidetracked all those things. Everybody wants to.
Okay.
Everything now is about the money now. You can't hide about it. People pay money to get to the national team. So until all these things are checked, you can't blame me for not following Ghanaian football. Because if somebody who played at the highest level, we have seen it all. The only thing is he didn't play at the World Cup, which is no fault of his. So I mean, a lot of work needs to be done. A lot of work. Just hope that that the current football body in Ghana will take a leap from this and think of ways to grow the football. It's not just thank God that they are doing it now with the female team, with the Waffle B tournament that the Black Princesses won. They'll be organizing friendly games for the queens. So I think they are trying to get back to where they used to be, and just hope that they continue like this. Because if not, I mean, we've been talking about Ghana not winning the AFCON for over 40 years now. That might continue.
James,
all right.
Let me quickly say something, Femi. You are also falling into the ditch that most African administrators fall into. Playing friendly games is a process, is a part of a plan. The plan itself is to set up a process, an intentional process of a conveyor belt where players are identified, gathered together. Along the way, some will fall down, some will grow, some will grow.
Yeah.
Some of those who fell down will also find their own way back onto the track. Some that have been selected will fall off. So before you start talking about playing friendlies, winning this, winning that, we should de-emphasize playing friendlies, winning things. Make sure that you establish that process first. It will take time. You may not start winning immediately, but you are sure that along, like if you're doing the right thing, definitely the results will come. Focus on the process first. It is the process that will produce the results that you want. That's what is lacking today. And that's why you see teams from Senegal, Burkina Faso, Mali doing better than us at youth level, because they have this, they have built the system already.
Of course, we'll dedicate more time to discuss what has been the problem bedeviling Nigeria and Ghana, for particularly at the youth level. Let's talk about the upcoming under-23 AFCON. Of course, Ibrahim Atanko, the coach of the Black Meteors of Ghana, has released a 29-man list, and of course, it's been a mixture of both home base and foreign base. And on the foreign base, very interesting, you have the likes of Fatah Ishaku, and of course, Daniel Afriye Bane is back now. Then, of course, we have Ransford, of course, who hasn't got attention of coach Chris Hughton. So hopefully the Black Meteors, they will go there and of course make Ghana proud, because they've been intentional. Kind of remember I think they denied Nigeria the opportunity to be at the competition. So we'll be following that as things goes on. They will be leaving Ghana on June 12th, and of course preparatory for that competition. Okay, let's talk about football in Ghana now. Of course, still talking about that. Kayode, players of your team, RTU, they are threatening to boycott their game this weekend against King Faisal. Of course, we know that King Faisal are already relegated from the Bepa Premier League. But Kayode, what are you guys going to do? They said they are going to boycott that game because of unpaid bonuses, allowances. Kayode, what's going on? What are you guys doing?
Femi, it's funny, but the truth is, if players are not paid, then they should not play, because the management is in place because they are players. Even the fans go to the stadium because they are players. The most important component of a football team are the players themselves. So if you're not paying them, they cannot be playing on empty stomachs. These players are breadwinners in their families. You don't expect them to come and run around for 10 minutes without having taken care of their stomach. So I 100% support anything, and there should be a process in place. Again, Femi, I go back to the process that I talked about, that if you are not able to pay your players, pack up and leave. If you set up a company and you are not able to pay staff salary, Femi, what is the essence of having that company? Pack up and leave. Football is not charity. If you cannot find ways of raising money, then you are in the wrong business. So as much as it saddens my heart that a team of that stature, a team of that pedigree is struggling, then I do not see any reason why they should continue.
Okay, I can't remember the last time Kwara United players though threatened that they will not be playing because of paid. They have salaries and bonuses.
Nobody cares about the Kwara United.
Okay, let's talk about Tariq Lamptey. Of course, he's saying that he's confident that Chris Hughton can end Ghana's 41-year wait for a major title. Last week we talked about this, and one of our fans was saying that Chris Hughton is not under pressure to win any title, that we should go back home in Nigeria and do the needful. Now, Tariq Lamptey is putting it to you, that our fan, that of course he hopes that this time they can end the 41-year wait. He said football is very difficult. It's a very difficult game. It's tough because you compete against top world class at the highest level. However, we have belief in ourselves in football. You don't enter any game thinking you lose. And he went on to say that we always approach matches with belief that we can win. And he's saying eventually that they can win. James, let's talk about that, or about this, whether the JFA has come out to say it or not. Dr. Kotoraku has even said that gender already for Chris Hughton. But we cannot deny the fact that next year AFCON, once Ghana qualify, it will be under pressure to go almost all the way. James, very quickly.
Yes, like I always say in our previous episodes, I mean, for about 40 years, I mean, that's too much for a big team like Ghana. You know, I always tell you that in the 60s, they ruled Africa and the AFCON. They were in 4 consecutive finals in 63, 65, 68, and 70. They won 2 out of those 4 finals. So, you know, they've not been trying, but like I always say, they've not been lucky, you know. So for me, if they qualify, which I believe that they will qualify, I think they will be one of the top favorites, especially when you look at the performance they put up at the last World Cup. They were so unfortunate not to get out of the group. You know, they have a crop of exciting players who I believe they will have a lot of a say in who becomes the next AFCON champions. You know, though the pressure will be there because I mean 1982 was the last time they won it, and going into this next edition, yeah, I mean a lot of everybody, all eyes will be on the Black Stars. I mean they have the players are there. It's just for them to knit these players together and put up good performance. Though it's going to be very feisty, it's going to be very, but I believe they will be one of the top contenders for the title.
Okay, let's see if they will be able to prove Tony Yeboah wrong this time. Time is not on our side, but quickly, let's talk about the Ghana Football Award. Of course, our own Victor Osimhen has been nominated in 2 categories of that award. Of course, let's talk about Goalkeeper of the Year. We have Joseph Aido, we have Felix K, then we have Lawrence Atizigi. Of course, you should expect that Atizigi will win that. Then Team of the Year, we have the Abafo. This team just got promoted to the Ghana Premier League. I'm talking about Bafo FC. I guess I got that right. They have Medima, then we have Beckham United. Then the Goalkeeper of the Year, we have Joseph Ado, we have Felix K, then Lawrence Atizigi, like I've said, then recognizing excellence and talent. We are celebrating the best African international award nominees. We have Victor Osimhen, we have Riyad Mahrez, we have Mo Salah, and we have Bono of Sevilla. They just won the UEFA Europa League. Okay, guys, let's talk about the Betfair Premier League. This is the final week. And quickly, the fixtures. Edwana Stars will be hosting Brecon United. And Edwana Stars general manager said he hopes that Hearts of Oak will be relegated from the Ghana Premier League. I did not know what's the vote of contention between them. Then we have Medima. Of course, Medima, once this is done, they will be the champions. They will be hosting Tamale City. Then we have RTU versus King Faisal. We talked about that. They are threatening that they will not honor that game. Then we have Ashanti Kotoko versus Dreams, Legon Cities versus Samatex. We have Bibiani Ghost Stars. They will be hosting Accra Lions. Then also Treman, they will be traveling to face Great Olympics. Kotoko Royals, they will be hosting Kerala United. And Hearts of Hope, they will be the guest of Berecom Chelsea. And of course, this weekend, the second leg of the CAF Championship will be played. Of course, why that? They will be hosting Al Ahly in Morocco. Al Ahly, they will be going into that tie with a 2-1 win. So, guys, I do not know what you'll be expecting this weekend, but we hope that Medema, at least, like I said, I want a team that will be able to disrupt the Kotoko and, of course, the Hearts of Oak hold on the Ghana football, club football. So, hopefully, Medema will do, since Edwana did all of us and Arsenal broke our hearts. We hope that Medema, they will be winning the title. So, we'll return on Monday to talk about all of those. Guys, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you very much, Femi. See you next time.
Yeah, thanks, Femi. Always a pleasure.
Okay, so our fans, particularly our Ghanaian fans, we want you to react to what Tony Yeboah said. Do you agree with him that Ghana football is dead? Please be objective. Let's know what you think in the comment section. Until we see you on Monday, bye for now. I remain Ashalulu Afem.